What's up, family? Welcome back to another video. So now listen, I wasn't even planning on dropping this video, but I had to come back with this one because we need to talk about what just went down in Indiana. Ari McDonald pulled up, barely had time to learn her new teammates' names, and went straight into a game changer mode. And look, I'm not here to just hype up a nice performance. I'm here to break it down, basketball wise, IQ wise, career wise. And this was bigger than 7 points and a few steals. What we saw was a professional stepping up into an uncertain situation and controlling what she could control, which is effort, IQ, defense, and the way she just rocked out there, right? The way she posed. And I'm going to break down why it mattered, how she did it, and what it means moving forward. So let's have a conversation, family. So, Ari McDonald, right? She recently signed by the Indiana Fever, gets her first real action in a game where the team needed some fire, and she came through. 7 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, high level defense, controlled tempo. And y'all, this wasn't garbage time. This was no garbage time. This was a real tight game where every possession mattered. She stepped up not as a role filler, but as a floor general. Someone who is clearly watching film, reading plays before they unfolded, and communicating like she been there for weeks. And that's not easy to do. That's not normal, and it's definitely not accidental. Now, here's what really impressed me. Stephanie White, the head coach of the Indiana Fever, said Ari was watching film on the flight to Indiana. No team meeting yet. No walkthrough, just her iPad, and her hunger. So let me ask y'all something. How many of us say we want opportunities but aren't really preparing for them behind the scenes, right? Ari prepared before the opportunity even landed. She watched clips, she studied tendencies, she asked questions, she linked up with assistant coaches right away. That's not just being ready, that's being a pro. It's like studying for a test you might have just in case you get called in. And that's why when her number was called, she didn't flinch, she just executed. So the game was phenomenal, man. And I want to show this clip in regards to the game that happened tonight versus the Washington Mystics. So I want you guys to check it out. I'm gonna mute the audio due to copyright purposes, but check it out. Check out the gameplay, man. Just check out the gameplay. Straight up muscling through. She like a female John Wall on the Wizards in the NBA. Well, when John Wall prime time when he was with the Washington Wizards. Point guards like that, got that fast speed, darting through everything is something different. Don't Russell Westbrooks, yeah. Steals, boy, she quick. Good pass. Fit right in, man. It's phenomenal. Oof, you gotta love the dish out though. Amazing. Kelsey Mitchell. Whoop. Quick execution. Kelsey Mitchell running back door. Pass right in the pocket. Tight pass too. And this is sentiment of overall what people were saying. Please keep her. Sign her to a full-time contract. We love Ari. Led both teams and steals and assists. Someone said, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. That's right. That's right indeed. We gotta give a round of applause for that one. Someone said, what a player. Keep her. Please sign her up. Please sign her up. That secret sauce finally. Need someone with Clark's pace and can make an impact. Great on defense too. Not afraid to drive and make it happen. Energetic. You'll be foolish to let her go. She was fantastic. Find a way to keep her. Ari McDonald and Caitlin Clark, two of the best college players ever to never win a championship. I like her. Ivy Lotta, Shannon Bobbitt, type point guard. Played great for being so new on the team. We probably don't win this game without her. So this is sentiment of the overall people. So people rocking with her. People rocking with Ari McDonald. She showed in, she showed out. This is the post-game conference. This is her first game in a short amount of time. It's like she just flew here and she already got thrown in the game, but she was ready, as you can see, because obviously the results have shown, because we look at results when it comes to sports, because that's what we look at when it comes to competing. Nothing else matters until you put it all on the floor, and the results is going to show what it's going to show. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? So let's check out what she's had to say, and then I'll give my opinion, and then I want to get you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. And get this video a big thumbs up if you're getting some value from this video so far. But no further ado, family, let's check out what she had to say.
I believe her last game played in WNBA was against the Fever. So what was it like to be a part of the team, and also just being ready, as they say, to be a pro and go out there and perform?
It felt good tonight to finally get back, and just the team, the players, and just the fans, sports staff, they all were very welcoming and make sure, I had everything to be successful tonight. And man, the shout out for the win. When your number is called, you got to be ready to deliver, and I felt like I did just that. But obviously I'm not satisfied, but grateful we got the win though.
Can you walk us through your preparation? Steph highlighted a lot where you're watching film on the flight and then getting together with AK, and then I think Bree as well.
OMG. It was a lot. That part made me anxious, just coming in, not knowing the system, not really playing with the players. But yeah, it was a lot of film sessions by myself, just rewatching stuff, and a lot of film with AK, just asking questions. I feel like a lot of people don't ask enough questions, so just being a sponge like these last couple of days, and I think that's helped.
I like that she said that, man. I used to get in trouble as a kid. And I know it's a little bit off topic, but look, man, I'm just being authentic and being myself. As a kid, my mom used to be like, one thing he gonna do is ask a lot of questions. So be prepared, be prepared for questions, because anything you say, trust me, he wanna know why. You ever got in trouble as a kid, family, when you used to ask your mom or your dad why? They were like, "'Cause I said so." But why? You know what I'm saying? Sparking that curiosity, that open mind, that thinking. You always want to know why is it happening, the cause and effect of why it's happening, what made you think that way. Because I'm always wondering and always thinking, I always want to understand why somebody think in a certain way. Because then I can learn from you, right? Because your mindset, I might not be at the mindset that you at, and I might need to level up, and iron sharpens iron, right? But anyway, it's the same thing with basketball. Let's continue.
Tonight.
What specifically were you trying to watch on the film? Like the flow or player tendencies or plays?
Player tendencies, where my teammates like the ball, and just, paying attention to the scout, being a pro, just paying attention to the little details.
Yeah, Steph talks a lot about 0.5-second basketball. Just how does that fit in with the pace you like to play and just the style you like to play in?
Yeah, just my style of play, just playing fast. When I was home watching games, Indiana was one of the teams I watched. I'm like, okay, I can kind of see myself, playing. But great system, and I'm happy that they made me comfortable enough to play my game. So it felt amazing and just exciting.
You hear the term all the time, like be a pro and stay ready, but I would imagine it's easier said than done. So as a competitor, what are you doing to kind of just stay ready, and what's that challenge to just challenge yourself in those moments?
But for me, these past couple weeks been tough. So I just been working out, just staying ready for my number is called, and just honestly just being grounded, and just not just basketball stuff, but just little things like meditating, just making sure staying myself, never getting too high, getting too low, because anything can happen.
What have these past 48, 72 hours been like to go from not with the team to playing almost 30 minutes tonight?
It's been crazy, but I'm confident in the work I put in, the preparation these past couple of weeks. I know what I can do. And just the team made me feel comfortable, and they know what I can do as well. So, just taking that and just applying it to the court, it made me feel better. Just no pressure at all tonight. Just going out there and playing my game.
Where does that hunger, fight, whatever you want to call it, come from, to just scrap for something when you don't know what's next? Like if someone tells you, okay, you're going to get this opportunity guaranteed, but nothing's guaranteed. So how do you approach that?
Survival mode. I'm in survival mode right now. I gotta eat. This is my job. So just gotta be ready. Gotta leave it all out on the court, and just this is an audition. Either for the Fever or for another team. So just playing my game and just being relaxed.
Right before you checked into the game, Dewana was talking to you for a good amount of time. Sid was talking to you in the huddle, Steph, everything like that. How big were those vets in helping you develop and communicating with them on the court?
They were really big. Just making sure I'm comfortable, making sure what to run and just what to put us in, and just me asking questions. I'm kind of like a perfectionist. I want to get stuff right, but I know it doesn't happen that way. But just want to make sure we're all on the same page and everything is running smoothly.
And then I guess the last one from me. mentality wise, how much of it is just like, okay, I've watched all this film, but like I just got to go hoop at some point. Like defensively, I don't know if you're watching film on like what you do defensively, but you know, how much is that just your personal mentality?
For me, just on a defensive end, I'm hungry. I don't like my person to score me, and it happened a couple times. But I mean, it was frustrating. But it's just next play mentality. But I mean, again, I'm in survival mode, so I gotta be hungry. I gotta be hungry. Gotta have that hunger, that grit, and I think that just I've always had that in me. So I mean, you can't take it out. But it was definitely brought out tonight. It definitely been. I've been quiet and. With that my last couple of years, but I mean tonight and this team, the staff, it brought that out of me and it felt amazing and I had fun.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys heard it, man. And I love the transparency. She says she's hungry, and you could that's hard for a competitor like her. A pure downright grit. Stay ready, so you ain't got to be ready. Competitor sitting on the couch waiting for that call, and you keep hearing her and her voice. You can hear her. I'm in survival mode. When they call my number, I got to be ready. And for someone that want to just get out on the floor and do what she love, as you heard her say, that's her job in basketball. And you could tell she loved it. You could hear her voice. Her aura is pure. She could articulate herself very effectively. She talks to the media very professionally. And you can tell that she says she had to meditate, do meditate just to keep her mind right, do the ups and downs, just waiting for that call. And that's where you can see not only is she staying ready so she ain't got to get ready, but she's humble because she's not making it like she's better than anybody else. She's human, and that's the humane part. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just seeing a pure athlete, but you're seeing the human side of it, which builds that connection, and that's the inspiration, let alone influence, that's well needed in this whole WNBA franchise to continue to thrive. And however, when you look at it and you look how joyful she was, right? And how eager she was to learn, just to learn and humble herself and realize, look, I don't know everything. I know some things, but I don't know everything, and I'm always willing to learn. And that's what it's about. As you continue to thrive, even though she got her number called, that don't mean she limits herself to be finished just because she got a call just to get on the floor again. You still got to humble yourself to still to be great, to continue to be great. So what she did, breaking it down from a pure basketball perspective, what she actually did on the floor was tempo control. Ari came in and immediately slowed the chaos. That was good. That's what good point guards do. She didn't try to do too much. She didn't over dribble. She got into action fast, made quick decisions, which ties into what Stephanie White talked about with the 0.5-second basketball. That's the system principle. The ball doesn't stick. You catch it within a half a second. You either pass, drive, or shoot. Anything longer kills spacing and allows the defense to reset. Ari executed that concept like she been in the system for a month, right? An example, the transition still and finish. But it wasn't just a steal, it was the anticipation, right? From the clip that I showed you, the first clip that I showed you. The footwork, the confidence, to push the pace on the break. Her instincts were loud. Her defensive energy. She had 3 official steals, but her defensive impact was bigger than that. She pressured ball handlers, she jumped passing lanes, she disrupted Washington's rhythm. You could literally see the Mystics guards start to hesitate when she was on the floor. And it reminds me of Jose Lovato or young Patrick Beverly in the NBA, in the men's basketball league. Undersized but relentless. Those kinds of guards don't just defend, they disrupt. And Ari was in that mode the whole game tonight. This kind of defensive presence is rare in a new player, especially in a short amount of time joining the team. And it tells you everything about her mentality. She wasn't waiting to get comfortable. She made herself necessary, and she did playmaking with a purpose. She had 5 assists, and again, not flashy but timely, and the kind of passes that kept the offense flowing and put teammates into rhythm. She fed the post at the right angle. She kicked out off drives. She moved the defense before she passed, and that's high IQ basketball. That's not just hooping. That's understanding space and timing and matchups. So the whole mental game with her being in survival mode. Now that's the part where it really hit me because in the post game interview, as you saw, she says she in survival mode, and that might sound dramatic to some, but for real hoopers, it make perfect sense because the WNBA has 12 teams, roster spots are tight. They only have 8 to 11 players on a roster. Even talented players get waived. So when she says survival mode, that means she can't afford to mess around. She can't afford to wait for someone to hand her minutes. She got to show that she belong there right now. And that's the kind of pressure that breaks some players. But as you can see, she using it as fuel because she even said this is an audition, rather it's for the Fever or another team, and that's just self-awareness, that's hunger, and that's just real. So the whole team impact with her being on the floor in this first game, she made others better. This is something a lot of fans miss because she didn't just play well, she made her teammates better. And you saw Kelsey Mitchell get cleaner looks. Boston had more space to operate. The offense looked less congested. The spacing improved. Why? Because when your point guard commands the floor, everything flows better. And you don't have to overthink. You trust the person with the ball. And that trust that comes from preparation and consistency. And she brought that on day one. So and you want to look at it from a real life comparison. When your opportunity is coming, will you be ready? And that's the real question. And obviously, she had proved that on day one in this first game. Because if you zoom out for a minute, whether you're a hooper, coach, creative, whatever, we all hit moments where we get called off the bench. You get asked to lead a project at work, or you get invited to an open run, and you finally get that call back from a team or that opportunity that you was banking on. When the moment come, you gotta. Are you gonna show up like Ari McDonald? Are you walking in the game with film already studied? Are you confident enough to say you belong there? Because that's what separates people when they get a shot from people who keep the shot. So the reality is she's not guaranteed anything. But she had a great game, yes. But the league is ruthless, and you have to keep proving it every time you step on the court. But if I'm Indiana's coaching staff, I'm giving her real minutes next game. I'm giving her a chance to build chemistry, lead the second unit, and keep this energy rolling. Because if you're trying to build a culture of defense, accountability, and pace, Ari McDonald should be a part of that foundation. So yeah, this wasn't just about one performance. This was a blueprint in my eyes, and Ari McDonald showed us how to be ready, how to lead, how to stay hungry without being reckless, and how to impact the game beyond just the box score. And let me know in the comments what did y'all see in her performance? Should she stay in rotation? Should the Fever give her a bigger role? Um, and you see people on Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter, they saying the keeper. So if you learn anything in this video, like it, share it, sub to the channel. We talking real basketball every week. So I appreciate y'all for watching. And remember, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. On that note, family, peace.